Well, hello and welcome back to CellySZN. It's your boy Celly, and we're right back here for another, addendum video. It is an addendum video. I just literally recorded a podcast episode with Dan Boss. It's literally gonna be uploaded literally tomorrow. We're recording this on Thursday, 28th of January. So it is gonna be a bit late reaching you guys. You're definitely not gonna get it tonight. But it's just an addendum video in regards to the whole Southampton game. I've got a couple of points that I really wanted to highlight. A thorough, efficient job. Something that you would expect with a manager in charge of Arsenal, in charge of a same team like Arsenal. You want him to do this job and to do it effectively and to do it efficiently, I should say. Great for us that there was no surprises. Southampton didn't really have much in the game. If I'm being fair, from what I've seen, there were really not much into the game. I'm gonna go in and look at the just the stats for the match. This is the XG stats according to understat.com. Southampton didn't really have much of a good game, much of a great game in all fairness here, and we can see that in the way that the stats reflect this. Especially our XG, we were expected to win by 2.43 goals, meaning that even though we scored 3 goals, the XG that definitely does reflect that. It just shows that the one chance that we had, which was, I believe it was if I'm not mistaken, the Saka chance in which he had to go around the keeper, that really wasn't an expected goal. So when it comes to goals like that, we were not expected to get a goal from that. So which is where the quality of chance in that occasion didn't really, we were not supposed to get something out of that, but we got something out of it, and it was a great goal in the end. That was, I believe, that's the Saka goal. Because the other goals, I think it was Pepe. Come on, he was 1-on-1 with the goalkeeper. I don't think he really should miss. I think that was, it was a judge right to be, get something out of that. You are supposed to get something out of that chance that you've been presented. Same thing with the whole Lacazette goal. Again, it was right in the middle. That's why the quality of chances for that as well came up as literally a one opportunity chance, because you are supposed to put that away. This is pretty much this is pretty much how well we were. I'm gonna look into the stats here. As you can see, I'm gonna first look into the timing charts. As you can see, Southampton in blue and we're in yellow. As time went on, they never gave up till the end, which is shown again by their pressing starts, which was we were only allowed 7 passes or 6 passes before we could put a tackle in, which is really good because they restricted us to 16 passes. We were restricted to 16 passes, so we had to string. We were not allowed. We restricted them to 6 passes. We were having more of the ball, so we had 16 passes before they put a tackle in, which was great. Like I said, this is what I mean. The most important chance stat is the amount of shots we had. We had only 9 shots. For an XG of 2.43 out of a 9 is quite good. And out of those, that means we created 2 quality chances out of the 5 shots we had on target. And we also had 76% of the chances created. In a team that everyone has said we have no creative outlet, that's a pretty good and encouraging stat. I'm not really going to compare to other stats, but the most important part of these stats is to look at deep. And when I say in terms of really efficiency, Arteta was able to get his players to make 7 of those 16 passes that they were allowed to make. 7 of those ones were really key. So Arteta's tactics allowed our players to really exploit the chances that they had. I'm really impressed by that stat. I don't think you guys can actually really understand how much I'm really impressed by the fact that we were allowed to make the fact that 7 of our passes, which came in their half, were basically they came in. They basically came in when we were really on the attack. So that's really good from that. So before we go into the game, I just want to look at how we actually lined up. We were lined up in a 4-4-2, well, 4-5-1 formation, in which technically I think is a 4-4-2 with Pepe as a kind of its supporting striker, but let's just go with it. From the base value, we were lined up with 4-5-1 in a double pivot system, with Xhaka and Partey being the holding midfielders, with Saka and Pepe cutting inside from the wings, Emil Smith-Rowe in that 10 position, and Lacazette also in the number 9 position. The most interesting thing that I noticed is how he has compensated for the loss of Aubameyang. Obviously, Aubameyang from the right, in any other match, he will be playing from the right, and he will be the last option. And what I noticed in the previous game against Newcastle was whenever Aubameyang would play, for example, he would always go inside. And when he goes inside, when he drifts inside when we are on the attack, this meant that Lacazette would swap with Saka, who would be on the right and side. This happened a lot, and I reviewed this on the Newcastle game. You can go check that out. But in this game, it's a bit different. So what happened was Saka and Pepe would interchange, and they interchange. I made this change in the 5th minute, I think, and they were pretty much like this for the whole game. So Saka went on the right wing, and Pepe stayed on the left, and he was kind of doing the Aubameyang role. And the first highlight I want to show. I wanted to show here, it shows on the counter-attacking transitions and how good we were on the counter-attack. So that's the first highlight that I'm going to show here. It's on the extended highlights, and it's basically, as we can see here, it's 0-0, and yeah, it's basically, I think this was the first chance that we had to kind of show what we can do. And this was the first glimpse. As you can see here, when we pick up the ball, right, you see where Saka is. Already they've switched wings. This is the first game. So they've switched wings. They switch wings. So Saka is here, Pepe is there, Emil Smith-Rowe, and Lacazette is here. That's Xhaka, and that is Thomas Partey. I've noticed this. We attack in 4s. So when I say we've been efficient, it meant that Arteta has 6 men sitting behind him to defend while we attack in 4s. So automatically you can see here, when we cut out the pass, I'm pretty sure it was heading into Ward-Prowse. No, Ward-Prowse is there. Sorry, I think it was heading to, I think that's Ings. I think it was heading to Ings. So before we cut it out, you can see how much they're now on the back foot, like retreating. So that Xhaka made the pass to Lacazette, and it was put through in the 4th second. So we were already through here, and we were already through on goal. 1-on-1, he should have scored. This was where we let ourselves down, and we lost some XG points, because this should have been a goal, but obviously great save from the goalkeeper. It was 3 against 4. So this was what Arteta done well in the game. And I'm going to show the goal next here. The goal is basically going to show how well we were on the counter again. So because the goal that we scored is from a counter attack, and this is Pepe's goal. So now we play on here. Saka 1-2 with Thomas Partey. The way I've noticed as well, Thomas Partey and Xhaka is being used as the creative outlets this time. So rather than the creative outlet, rather than Saka or Aubameyang being the creative outlets, or the fullbacks being used as creative outlets, they have actually taken a back seat. A lot of the attacks were focused on the left, and it was mainly Suarez, the busier left back, compared to Bellerin, where Bellerin would be the busier right back if Tierney would be the busier left back if he was playing. So it's not really changed that much, but I want to show this highlight. So we've gone one goal down, and this is how we've responded. So we've got a ball here. These are the options he's got. As usual, business as usual, like I said, has changed with Saka already. So Saka is heading inside. The key thing here is Shaka putting her off Pepe for this assist. And Shaka had a good game. I can't fault Shaka because I feel like he plays better with Partey next to him because the defensive side is pretty much done. If he doesn't have someone like that, he's going to be very much of a liability. And that's what we've seen without Partey in the midfield. But when he is in midfield, they're a lot more solid. So he makes the pass to Pepe. Pepe gets the ball, and he had the pick of the bunch. Southampton gave up defensively, and he had the pick of the bunch. So he had Saka, he had Emil Smith Rowe to pick from. But of course, he needed this game to go for him, and I'm glad this was a goal and not a save. If it was a save, he would have fallen to any of these guys, or unless he was unfortunate enough to bounce over or bounce to go out for a corner kick. But nonetheless, great goal. He needed that. And yeah, and that was the counter-attacking transitions and how good we were. Because in all fairness, we were really good in terms of defending on this occasion. We were really good. But I do feel like we were a bit wanting sometimes. And I'm going to show just one or two highlights, just one highlight, really. I'm going to show one highlight to kind of show the point. Two highlights. Let me go for, you know what? Let me go for the two highlights. Okay, so this is the next highlight. We were on the defensive. Now, this is key because, as you can see here, we are outnumbered. So Arteta's tactics has been to rear guard against this, has been a rear guard action against this. So we've always had 6 back. But as you can see, we are kind of suffering here. There was no previous highlight to show how it led to this, but this is what we have. So we got, I think that's Walker, I think that's Ings, and that's Shea Adams, that's Armstrong. So the biggest threat we have is number 29 bombing forward here. And there's a load of grass, and I think obviously Suarez is aware of this blade of grass here. Everyone is trying to get back. And it's gone back to the right back in this case. I think it's the right back because that's Theo Walcott here. He cuts inside. Anyone else who is a lot better caliber is picking out number 29 easy or Armstrong for a repeat of the first goal he had. But unfortunately, we closed out the space. So his zonal marking system here came good. We closed out the space and we shot it out. But the most one I want to show is the most really bad highlight that it could have really gone badly for us is the one on the 10th minute. So they were there on attack here, and as you can see here, 4-4-2 balanced. He picks up the run here again. Is the width. So they done what Crystal Palace didn't do, which was they went towards the wing play. So Crystal Palace, they didn't really play much of a wing play, so that's where they really pegged us back. How they were able to use their strikers and their wingers to create chances. Southampton did that, but they didn't use them as the options. So as you can see here, he's got the wing play option. Walker is there. He's obviously overlapping Walker, and he cuts inside here. He finds Walker. In all fairness, I don't think he was looking for Walker. I think he was looking for number 18, but it's good that he found Walker because he's got Luis and Suarez to close him down. If Walker, this is why Walker was sold from Arsenal, because he's not intelligent enough. Anyone should be making his pass, and I think Grealish or any other player makes this pass, but Walker doesn't see it and takes a stupid snapshot, and this chance is gone. So we could have been punished on this occasion. We were just lucky that Walker made a bad judgment call there. So this is the one. It came from a chance here. So Pepe went for the ball, and I want you to look at where everyone is. This is Arteta's system that I love. He's got everyone to play in one half, allowing. So let's say he was playing, I think he is playing wing play system, but let's say that these guys are really disciplined to this system. He's got Saka and he's got Bellerin here. All they have to do is drop back a bit, and they are already causing, a problem. But I'm glad they didn't do that on this occasion, because you need them here so that one run, you've got loads of space to aim at. So Xhaka here, again, this time is good. All 6 of them are back here and 4 on the attack. So he's got that attack efficiently out of the way. So he's got the ball here. Like I said, look how deep it is. And he's the reason why they launched this counter-attack. He had options. If he wanted to, he could have slid on to pass on to Emile Smith-Rowe here, who has taken over the position of Pepe. Or he could have, which he did do, he could have passed into Bellerin. In this case, from here to here, and Bellerin would have picked up the ball. His pace would have made up for it. But he picked out Saka. Just one pass. This is why I said we were very efficient. One pass took out the whole defense, and he went around the goalkeeper. Harder chance. This is why our XG as well was also solid on 2.43. Harder chance to score, and he done it. You know what I mean? And that was a beautiful chance that he took. The first goal, and that wing play tactic that Arteta has got onto his team, I really love it, because it's got you can see the potential. Bellerin could have easily made himself an option. Saka made himself an option, and he was great in the end. It's good that as well that we got Lacazette turning on his football brain as well. I'm just glad at how that second goal turned out. The final goal here, which is probably the last highlight for today, the final goal kind of pretty much sums up how well we've done under this resurgence. Arteta has really, really got onto the team. This was a great ball from Suarez. And a lot of people talk about Suarez, and again, I mentioned it in the last game, but Suarez has been consistent again, and he's been immense for us again. Xhaka, again, these are the players I was saying sell before the window. I cannot say that now. But yes, so Suarez, great ball to Saka, one touch pass. This is why our SG was 2.43, because this was the Saka chance was a bit harder. So this was 1-on-1 with the keeper. We should be scoring this. Great goal from Lacazette, and I just can't fault. I can't fault the performance that we put in, the performance that the boys put into the game. I can't fault them. They played so well. Yeah, and that's the game in a nutshell. So thank you so much for those that tuned in. I hope you did get something out of this game. What did you think of it? Did you think we played well? I personally thought there's a lot to take away from here. All in all, great game of football. I enjoyed it, and I look forward to the next one. Manchester United. I'm joined by a guest for that game. I will reveal it in time to come. But for that game, I'm looking forward to that. I am more happy looking forward to that in terms of Odegaard now into the team, because apparently Emile Smith-Rowe is a doubt for the game. So hey, I just love the way that we've changed our season around. The way the man that we have in charge is the right man for that. I just love it. Let's go. Let's keep it going. It's our season. That's what it's about. CellySZN is our season. All right. That brings my, just like that, I'm gonna bring the video to a close. Thank you so much. If you like this video, subscribe, share it with your friends, let other people know about this. If you want to be part of this, if you want to come on and talk about your club, whatever club you may support, do hit me up on CellySZN at iCloud.com. That's CellySZN at iCloud.com. I'm gonna go now. Take care of yourself. Bye bye.